most of what I'm doing, just to give you a little insight into what I see the most business with is, or, in the types of voiceover. I see most of my business comes from either medical narration, meditation, lots of sort of like the self-help kind of genre, a lot of audiobooks, and of course IVR is always a staple, meaning phone greetings, things like that. That's the majority of what I do. And then I also, as some of you know, I also use all of the equipment I already have and the software I already have to edit podcasts as well. So, as I always say, diversify as much as you can with what you already have. So I'm sure I forgot something, but as always, if you're watching and you have questions, even if it's not audiobook related, then let's talk about it. There was something else that I wanted to mention, I think, in terms of rates. I was reading this morning about the audiobook rates in general across the world, global audiobook rates. And I read that it stated for a beginner, most should be charging around $200 per finished hour, which I found interesting because that's not where I started. Ultimately, it's up to you where you want to start as a beginner audiobook narrator. I started at $50 per finished hour. I looked at it as paid internship, right? I'm trying my best to learn this new industry and all the language and what to do, what not to do. But I read that beginners are starting more at $200, which is interesting. I am a voice actor. I can get words right. I read that more seasoned audiobook narrators are now charging anywhere between $300 to $1,000 per finished hour, which means I'm severely underpricing myself if that's the case. I'm about 270 maybe audiobooks published at this point. Industry standard is $250 per finished hour, and that is basically union rates, right? If you're non-union, then you have the ability to charge more. What else should we address here while we're here? So I don't think rates are going to drop. I don't think demand is going to drop. I'm not too concerned about the AI invasion. Lack of roster spots, that's another thing we wanted to address. With the growth of the audiobook industry, you're going to see a growth in publishers, indie publishers, new publishers, and also because authors and audiobook narrators are also now looking for Audible or ACX alternatives.